his first picture for Sony was Big Daddy. And we're in, I mean, literally, Adam at that time did not have the power to hire anybody, like to hire anybody he wanted, I should say. And so he wanted me to play this one guy that, you know, the father of the real kid in Big Daddy. And the studio said no. And I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry. He said, no, we'll find something else. I said, don't worry about it. Just, you know, I'm fine, you know. And he said, no, we'll find something else. And because the studio wanted Jon Stewart to play that role. At that time, Jon Stewart was hot and everything. And
it's kind of crazy, too. It's a weird casting because Jon Stewart's so lovable right now. And I remember not liking him in that movie.
Yeah, it was good casting. He was a little stiff in that, and I can just tell him he was perfect, like that guy. So, and then he called me and said, "Listen, there's other role where this guy who comes by, and it's the social worker." And I said, "All right." And he says, "You know what? Truthfully, that's not a guy. I got a guy better than that for that." And it was Josh Mostel, who's a great guy. Zero Mostel's son. It was other great stories I got to hear. Zero Mostel.
All these names. Josh Mostel.
Yeah, Zero Mostel was a guy who was like a night at the Forum, you know, back at, you know.
Oh, I know Josh. That's Josh Mostel?
Yeah, well, Zero Mostel is his dad. Zero Mostel was like, you know, Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof and like, and on, so, I mean, he did like, and he was,
oh, wow.
He played him. I don't know if it was him in the movie, but like, and then he was also in the producers. Zero Mostel.
He was in the producers.
The original producers. This guy's a crazy genius and a performer who just committed. So him and Gene Wilder were like, you know, that's maybe the greatest twosome ever. So anyway, then he calls me up and said, "Listen, there's like it's one line and it's the delivery guy." And I said, "It says Chinese here." He said, I said, "Well, how do you want me to play it?" He said, "You'll figure it out." I said, "It's just one line. Don't worry about it." He said, "No, we'll make something of it. We'll make more of it." Yeah. So he literally, they fly me out on one line. Okay. I'm supposed to do one line, one day. That's it. And Adam would call me up and say, "Listen, just, they're going to keep you here for another week." I told him to keep you here for another week. Just come in tomorrow and we'll figure out something.
Yeah.
I said, there's nothing in there. So the next thing I would be there very uncomfortably being in there. And I was not on the script, but I'm like that dressed as that character. And the next thing you know, I'm sitting next to like the kid and him. And like, that wasn't in the script really. And so and then the next day I'm supposed to leave. He says, no, stay. No. We'll come up with something. Come on over. So we go sit in the sauna and then he would come up with some jokes for the next day. He would come up with jokes for me in the scene.
Yeah.
And then I would come up with something like when the social worker knocked on the door, there was nothing. So he said, just, you know, go up and then, so I go up and they said like, say something. And I went, I know you always order 3 pieces of cheesecake, you know? And that was like, you know, one of the ad-libs. So it was just, his strength was to like have a really good script and then make it better as you go. Keep making it better and edit out what ain't the best. And then just keep what's the best. And then I was with him in his apartment, and in his like hotel room, which is also when I realized he was a star. Because I just thought he's my buddy, Adam Sandler. But like, I remembered like, you know, when you have a hotel and there's like a balcony. Well, this had a balcony that just went forever. It was like a balcony you could have played football on. And we're like, holy shit, this is like his room, and then there's another room, and then there's a kitchen. And we're like, man, I didn't even know that they had those kind of rooms in hotels. I didn't know it until that time. So, and then I was with him with that night in October of,
got to be like 97, 98.
Yeah. 97 or 98 when the Waterboy came out. And it was the first movie that ever made $39 million in October. No one had ever done that. That's like, you only bring movies out in the summer, and the only movies that make money, like a ton of money in the opening weekends, the summer and Christmas. That was it. So he was the first guy to go, wow, you can have a big weekend if you have a big star and everybody is excited to go see. And that was the key to him, was like, because those movies that I said did middling, like at Universal, 35 million for Billy Madison and for Happy Gilmore, but in video it was over 100.
Oh yeah, the video, that's a different world back then.
Yeah.
Is that what the box office made was one thing. And then when a video came out, that was a game changer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because it was, I mean, all of a sudden, it was the parachute for every movie, for every movie company. It was their parachute. That was their way to save them from crashing, because it would soften any blow. If their movie didn't hit in the theater, well, man, it's going to make money on video. We'll be fine, you know. And so, but he was not just big; he was gigantic. He was the biggest guy in video, and so it made sense for the studios to jump in.